Hey guys, so this is the last week for our skill acquisition project, and the third part, I'm doing it in a form of video. So, um, this is a video for people that want to learn the skill that I learned, a guide to them, to, a guide to help them go through the process of the skill that I learned. So the skill that I learned was sewing. I chose sewing. Um, so for the first, I'm gonna go through each week and what I did. So and I could tell you guys what I did wrong, so you could avoid making those mistakes, and what I did that helped me, so it could help you guys too. Um, so the first thing, the very very first thing and very important thing is to be determined, have passion, to know why are you doing what are you doing, why do you chose the skill that you chose, why do you want to sew the outfit that you want to sew. It's very important to even start your sewing, learning how to sew. You have to know why are you doing it. It's something that helps you, I really like sewing, and it's been my number one thing on my list to learn it. I really didn't get the time to learn it, but now I learned it and I'm very happy. So after being passionate and determined about the skill that you wanna learn, or sewing in this case, for the first week, what I did was uh, the good things. I'm gonna tell you the good things and the bad things I did, so it could help you guys. Um, for the first week, for the good things, what I did was research. Research. I chose my outfit. I researched the outfit. My out. The part that is different is the outfit, because you could chose something different, that I had something different from me. Like I chose a three-piece clothes. It's a shirt, a long shirt, or a dress. It's, yeah, it could be a dress or a long shirt, pants, and scarf. But for you guys, it might be different, but the process, it's almost the same. Um, Researching, that was the good thing. But the mistake that I made through the researching was I researched some. I researched. It's always a good thing for me to research my outfits, so I knew more about it. But I should have researched sewing itself. Like I should have researched what is sewing, what are the values of it, like the sewing itself, what process goes through like sewing and stuff like that. I did not do those. So that was the mistake that I really made. And well, I was new, and I didn't know, and when I think about it now, like I really should have done that, and I did not. So after that, so that was the one half of the first week. So the second half, I started taking measurements. You have to be very careful and very precise when you're taking the measurements. You have to be. There is no option to it. You have to be careful and precise. The good thing that I did was, I I I won't say very precise, but I I had to be precise. So I I took the measurements like the neck. When it's even if its neck is 6 inches and you say it's 7, it'll mess up the whole thing, the whole thing. If the shoulders is 9 and you say it's 10 inches, it's gonna mess up. And you have to take them correctly. It cannot be right shoulder 9, left shoulder 10, or right shoulder 11, left shoulder 13. It cannot be like that, because if you take it like that and you sew the clothes, it won't actually fit. Like it won't fit you, because this shoulder will be like short and this shoulder will be like long. Like it won't work, and it won't work. So that's the thing you have to really know. And The good thing was that I I was pretty precise. I wanted to be precise. I took the measurements correctly, but my mistake was that I so I kind of messed it up. I I as much as I wanted to be precise, I was kind of careless. Like I didn't care about like being like precise and like careful. And like if you see my outfit, there's kind of like inches off to it because I didn't really was like careful and precise. But you have to be like there's no option to it. As I said, no option. Like you have to be precise and you have to be very correct when you take your measurements. So this was the first week. For the second week, I was new to this project, to this skill, so I am going to mess up. Like I knew I was gonna mess up, so I I take the measurements and I plotted the points on the fabric that I was gonna sew. I plotted the point. I cut it out to pieces. I cut it out to pieces, not the actual pieces though, not the actual pieces, on different fabric, not the fact that the fabric that I was going to sew the actual pieces, but an extra fabric. I used it, and I did the cuttings on that fabric first, so I have more like knowledge of how to like cut pieces out, and like so if I mess up, I know my mistakes. I can like correct them for the actual pieces. But my mistake was, um, again, not being like like. Okay, so how can I tell this? Like, do you have a dress? Like the underarms, they have to be like curved, kind of curved. Um, that I messed up. I made a mistake. I didn't kind of like curve them. It was like like a straight line. It's kind of like a straight line, kind of like a straight line. But when I went to sewing, you can't change the curving. You can't curve it. But like that was my mistake for like cutting not the actual pieces out, but like the what is it? The fake pieces out. So this was the second week. Um, the first half of the second week, and the second half of it, I I cut it the actual pieces out. Um, so they're all pretty much like a lot of pieces. So there's like a scarf, there's what is it, sleeves, and like color, and like the shirt itself, the pants, the extra pieces for the pants. Like it's a lot of pieces. So I managed to like managed my time. Time is gold in this. When you're learning a skill, time is gold. So I managed my time, and I took my time to cutting out these pieces, because you can't rush through cutting them. If you rush, you will mess up. I remember one day cutting it. I I had to do something, and I had only 15 minutes cutting what is it, cutting a sleeve, and I messed up. I messed up the whole sleeve. Like I could not use it. That how bad it was. I had to like do it over. It's like you can't not rush through the cutting. You have to take your time and like put you focus on the pieces that is in front of you. To focus on cutting, focus and time are very important for the cutting part. So I cut the pieces out, and the third week, I went on learning how to like sew it on machine, um, what is it, sewing machine. So I started off with the dress. The dress is pretty complicated than other pieces. Just I chose that first so I could get through it, and like I knew to like get through it and like take my time, because when I finished the cutting the third week, I kind of was, what is it, free. So I chose to like do the hard part first. So I have all the information that I learned from books, internet, what is it, my family. I have those knowledges so I can apply them to my pieces. So for the third week, I sewed the dress. The whole dress. I started with the collar. I went on to the sleeves. Then I went to the underarms, and then like the end of the sleeve. The mistake that I made during cutting and sewing the dress was that I wasn't really familiar with the sewing machine. I never used sewing machine, like I never. So, and I did not like ask anybody how to use it. I just went on my own and like started and like put the thread in it and like started and like put your feet on the thing and then like go like there were like, I remember like 5 to 6 times that I messed up sewing and I had to like take like every stitch that I did, like take like really like literally like take all the stitches out and like sew it over again, because I wasn't familiar, like I could not use it. Sometimes you have to sew the straight line, I would go like zigzag, like seriously, like I didn't know anything about it. So you guys should avoid doing this. You guys should research everything about your skill, everything, even the sewing machine. It's not easy to use it. Only like, why professionals you only use it because they know how to like use it, like they know how to like start it, like put thread in it or like change the thread and stuff like that. So you have to have knowledge of them. Have to have knowledge. Have to have. So when I finished my dress for the last week, I went on sewing the pants. The pants wasn't really hard, but the hard part was when I had to like the ends were like the circles around your ankles when the what is it, the pants ends. That part, the piece that I chose, that part have to like have a, it's like a clay thing, like a glue. It has to like, you have to like press on it, so it's hard. It makes it look good. It makes it like look good, not sloppy. I made a mistake because it's like the the glue thing, you had to be like on the inside, like where you like inside of the pants, not outside, because you don't want it to look bad. So it has to be inside. But I and ironed them. But what I did was I did it outside. I know, like I both of them. I did them outside, and I had to like take them all off and like sticky and stuff like that. I had to take them all off because I did not know which was the right side and which was the outside, which was the inside. Like I did not, like, you need to know what the right side of a fabric is and what the inside of a fabric is, what the outside of a fabric is, what is the right side of a fabric is. So you have to know all those things, these details, these little details, they are very important. Like, don't just look at general sewing as a skill. There is so much more into sewing than sewing itself, like so much. And these little mistakes, like I made, can mess up your whole project, your whole product that you're sewing. So you have to be very careful with them. And there are extra pieces to my pants. I had to sew for the between legs, when the legs connect, so you can like really sit down, like the part that the hip part. So when I finished that, for the second half of the last week, I sewed the scarf. The scarf was actually easy. It was we had to cut a very loose. The scarf has to be loose. elastic fabric, you have to know the scarf is always loose. It's always loose, because if it's thick, then you can't really like put it on your shoulders or like on your head and stuff like that. It has to be loose. So I choose a loose fabric. I cut it out. Again, the measurements correctly, precise, no mistakes. You can't make mistakes. And you have to sew the edges. I chose to sew it by hand because it's easier, because it's only like edges. Because I before I made a lot of mistakes with sewing machine. I did, and I will admit it. Like I did. So I did it by hand, and I was happy because I did not make any mistakes with the scarf, because it was only the edges and you had to do the edges, and that's it, only the edges. So yeah, these little things are very important. Like if you want to like acquire the sewing skill, like my skill, it's a very good skill. It's a skill that every girl should know, but it's at the same time it's very hard. It's not that easy. I know you can't back down. Like that's the only advice I will give you. Like you can't back down. You can't say no, I can't do this and I'm done. I can't do it. I'm not smart. Fixed mindset. No. You have to have growth mindset. You have to say like I can't do it. It just takes time. Like I said before, time is gold. Don't rush through it because you think you can do it. No, take your time. Be precise, be determined. You can do it. If I did it, you obviously can do it. That's it. No further discussion. If I did it, you can do it. So you have to be very determined. Like these little things that I talk about, you have to know them. Like I know these things are important because I made the same mistakes. Like I, I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes. So that's why I'm telling you guys that these little things are very important. So I will be very happy if you guys do the sewing, because I love sewing. I do. I love sewing. That's why I did it, and that's why I learned it. So yeah, I hope my advices to you guys was helpful. So yeah, another advice that you guys what is it? Get help. Don't be like, yes, I can do this on my own. No, you can't do it on your own. If you're not unfamiliar with the skill, as you should be unfamiliar, because you won't really learn things that you've learned before. So seek help. Don't be afraid if you don't know it. Like don't do it on your own, because you will make mistakes. I remember I once for the dress I wanted to do it on my own, but I made so many mistakes. I had to like take all the stitches out and like sew it again and over again and over again. That's why it took me 1 week to sew only the dress or the long shirt. So that's why you guys have to seek help. Not that much help that will like take over your learning. Not that much, but like average amount of help. And it is, you have to have help in order to like acquire these skills. So I hope my advice to you guys was helpful, and you guys should go on learning any skill you want, and just be determined and careful and precise and passionate about what you're doing. So that's it. Yep, thank you guys.